Have you ever imagined stepping outside your home, looking up at the sky, and knowing there's another planet where humanity thrives? It sounds crazy, doesn't it? But the truth is, while we are here discussing the future, our planet shows signs that its ability to sustain life is reaching its limit. What no one tells you is that we already have enough science to transform hostile worlds into habitable homes. Yes, terraforming a planet is not just a concept from science fiction but a real possibility for those who dare to dream big. And what if I told you that humanity's future might lie on Mars or even Venus, the most infernal planet in the solar system? Here's the surprise. Terraforming is less about futuristic technology and more about vision and strategy. It's a process that begins now, with steps that may seem small but have the potential to change everything. Why remain confined to Earth when we can expand our frontiers? In this video, you'll discover how it might be possible to mold an entire planet into something habitable, facing incredible challenges and solutions so ingenious they seem straight out of a movie. Get ready, because what comes next will ignite your imagination and show you that the impossible is merely the next step toward the possible. Terraforming is not just an idea pulled from science fiction books. It is an almost inevitable necessity for humanity's future. Imagine Earth, our beloved home, facing increasingly scarce resources, extreme climatic events, and a growing population. Science has already shown us that seeking new worlds may be our best chance of survival. Terraforming, in essence, is the act of transforming a hostile planet into a habitable place, akin to turning an arid desert into a vibrant garden. Mars, with its cold, arid surface, and Venus, a scorching inferno, are the top candidates to become our future homes. And if that sounds impossible, remember, we've turned deserts into oases and built cities where once there were only jungles. But why take on this challenge now, when there is still so much to solve here? Well, the answer lies in technology. The sooner we begin exploring and investing in knowledge about terraforming, the sooner we'll have the tools to face existential crises. Think of humanity's great innovations: the airplane, the internet, renewable energy. All began as absurd ideas and, over time, became essential. Terraforming a planet would be a comparable leap, but on a universal scale. Speaking of leaps, have you ever thought that by aiming for space, we open doors to solve problems right here on Earth? It's a curious thought. By seeking new homes, we might learn to take better care of our own. Now, if you think terraforming a planet is just about pressing buttons and waiting for results, it's because we haven't yet delved into the surreal challenges ahead. Let's embark on this journey and explore the most hostile aspects of the mission in the next topic. Are you ready? Terraforming a planet sounds fascinating, but any scientist would tell you it's not for the faint-hearted. Take Venus as an example, a place so hot it could melt lead, with temperatures reaching an astonishing 460 degrees Celsius, 860 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's not all. Its atmosphere, composed of 97% carbon dioxide, is so dense that the surface pressure is equivalent to being nearly 1,000 meters underwater. Just imagining being in that environment is enough to discourage any explorer. Yet, technology gives us hope, and the benefits of terraforming such a planet outweigh the risks. After all, turning hell into a new home for billions of people would be humanity's greatest feat. But make no mistake, every step of this journey will be filled with challenges. So why persist? The answer lies in unparalleled potential. Venus, despite its hostility, is almost the same size as Earth and has a surface gravity that would allow humans to live without the harmful effects of Mars' low gravity. Additionally, the planet could host vast oceans and dense forests, making it an ideal habitat for human life expansion in the future. Each adversity encountered is not just an obstacle but an opportunity to prove how far science and determination can take us. Now, if these challenges seem enormous so far, wait until you see how we start tackling them in the next topic. When it comes to terraforming a planet like Venus, the first step is addressing its most glaring problem: its deadly atmosphere. Imagine the challenge of removing billions of tons of carbon dioxide while simultaneously cooling a planet whose surface is literally an oven. A brilliant, though audacious, idea would be to use giant solar mirrors to block sunlight. These mirrors, positioned in space, would reduce the amount of heat reaching Venus, allowing its atmosphere to start cooling. It's like placing the entire planet under a colossal shade. But, of course, that's just the beginning because cooling alone doesn't solve everything. Simultaneously, we need to find a way to remove or transform the excess CO2. Among the proposals are chemical reactions that would convert carbon dioxide into solid compounds or even advanced technologies to launch it into space. Sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But think about it. We've already managed to capture CO2 here on Earth through industrial processes, so why not dream big? A promising method would be to use mass accelerators to shoot gases off the planet, something currently in development in the field of space science. Clearly, this would require an absurd amount of energy and time. But who said molding a world would be simple? And speaking of complexity, the next step is to introduce something as basic as it is essential: water. No planet can become habitable without water. It is the essential ingredient for life as we know it and the foundation of any functional ecosystem. On Venus, currently, there isn't enough water to form rivers, lakes, or oceans. But the solution may lie in the icy moons of our solar system, such as Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, which contains more water than all the Earth's oceans combined. The idea is simple in theory. Extract ice from these moons and transport it to Venus using advanced technologies like space tethers and mass accelerators. Imagine an army of space drones working non-stop to catapult blocks of ice to the planet, transforming a scorching desert into a water-filled world. When this water finally reaches Venus, it will not only create oceans but also act as a catalyst for the transformation of its atmosphere. Water vapor will help further reduce temperature and allow conditions suitable for life to emerge. The impact would be monumental, the creation of a hydrological cycle essential for a sustainable planet. However, transporting billions of tons of ice will not be an easy task, and many logistical challenges lie ahead. Speaking of challenges, there is still a crucial step before the planet can be inhabited: preparing the environment for life, which is exactly what we'll explore in the next topic. With the planet cooled and the first oceans formed, it's time for a fascinating step: introducing life. And we're not talking about plants or animals right away. The first step is to bring microorganisms like cyanobacteria, true microscopic heroes. These simple organisms have the ability to transform carbon dioxide into oxygen through photosynthesis. In practical terms, cyanobacteria would be released into Venus's newly formed oceans to begin converting the atmosphere into something more breathable. This stage could take decades or centuries but is indispensable for creating an environment that can support more complex life. Meanwhile, Venus's surface needs preparation. The soil, still toxic and infertile, would gradually be transformed with the help of nitrogen-fixing plants, such as genetically adapted legumes. These plants would help fertilize the soil, preparing it for the creation of vast forests. Simultaneously, orbital mirrors would be used to direct sunlight to planted areas, accelerating growth and maximizing oxygen production. Imagine a planet that was once a toxic hell slowly transforming into a green paradise. But of course, the path to a completely habitable world is still long, and the next steps are crucial. Terraforming a planet is a grand project that requires more than science and technology. It demands patience and a willingness to think about future generations. Venus, even with initial advancements, would still take thousands of years to become completely habitable. After all, the atmosphere needs to be transformed into something breathable, requiring continuous efforts to adjust oxygen and nitrogen levels while maintaining the balance between pressure and temperature. In this process, the gradual introduction of new life forms, such as trees and adapted plants, would create entire ecosystems essential for sustaining human life. It's like a symphony. Each element must enter at the right moment for the result to be harmonious. However, great projects face great challenges. From unexpected events, such as volcanic eruptions that could release frozen CO2, to the reliance on technologies still under development. This teaches us that terraforming a planet is not just about science and technology but about perseverance. Think of the cathedrals of the Middle Ages, which took centuries to complete, or space exploration itself, which began with simple rockets and now allows us to send robots to other planets. The journey is long, but the vision of a habitable planet keeps us focused. And speaking of vision, let's imagine what it would be like to live on a fully terraformed Venus. Imagine a planet once hostile, with scorching temperatures and a toxic atmosphere, transformed into a vibrant paradise. Venus, now terraformed, would be a world full of lush ecosystems, with vast blue oceans, dense forests, and a clear sky bathed in sunlight. Its previously abrasive surfaces would host futuristic cities integrated with nature, where humans and other living beings would coexist in harmony. It would be Earth 2.0, but with lessons learned, a planet shaped by science and human determination, capable of sustaining billions of people and offering new horizons for progress. But it's not just about inhabiting a new planet, it's about expanding the limits of what we're capable of. Terraforming Venus would mark the beginning of a new era for humanity, where Mars, Europa, and other worlds would become targets for even grander dreams. Imagine the opportunities: new resources, revolutionary technologies, and a society that has understood how to shape the cosmos for its survival. This new home would not just be a shelter but a testament to our potential. And just as we've achieved the impossible here, in the next chapter of space exploration, new challenges already await us. Terraforming a planet is a monumental challenge but also an unprecedented opportunity for humanity. From the need to seek new homes, through the challenges of transforming a hostile environment like Venus into something habitable, to the complex solutions involving advanced science and cutting-edge technology, this journey is a reflection of our spirit of exploration. The process begins with cooling and atmospheric manipulation, progresses with the introduction of water essential for life, and culminates in the creation of vibrant and stable ecosystems. It is a task that requires time, dedication, and advancements that only collective progress can provide. The possibility of terraforming is not just a dream for the distant future, it is proof that human imagination can shape the impossible. Every step of this process, no matter how challenging it seems, carries the potential to redefine humanity's role in the universe. Transforming a planet is not just about survival but about evolution, about leaving a legacy for future generations. The question now is, are we ready to take the next big leap? If the answer is yes, the adventure of shaping worlds begins now, and you are part of it.